Today's mobility routine is for lower leg and feet. We're going to be focusing on the calf, shin, and foot, which are all things that I have struggled with over the years. So the first one we're going to start with is a foot roll, an arch roll, on a lacrosse ball. So I'm going to take my time and put the right amount of pressure on there. You can see I'm balancing on the wall a little bit here. I'm trying to work out my whole bottom of my foot, and you'll definitely find challenging spots. I'm going to switch feet here, but go at the pace that feels right to you. Stop and hold whenever you feel a really tight spot. Stop and relax and kind of let that fascia release around the ball. You can spend 10 minutes on each foot doing this if you feel like it would be beneficial. So just because I am moving on does not mean that you need to move on just yet if you are feeling like you're just getting into it. Excellent job. The next part of this video is going to be a calf roll. So I'm going to roll out my calves here on a foam roller. And again, take your time, no need to rush. Make sure that you're starting and working all the way up. So getting the lower calf, the soleus, the top of the Achilles, and then working all the way up to the top of the gastroc. And I like to kind of wiggle around so I get the outer and inner part of my calf as well. Then of course I'll switch, do the other side, and I always have one calf that's more of a problem than the other one. So I might spend extra time on the calf that's more sore and always gives me more problems. Totally normal, and I think that rolling is a great way to find some of those imbalances and to help address them. Awesome. Nice work. Moving on into the downward dog series. We're going to go up into a downward dog. First, we'll start by walking the dog, stretching out the back of the calves. I like to do this before running. I think it really helps activate everything and loosen up my body. The next one is double leg calf raises there. And then a little shoulder press, downward dog push-up type deal. And then next we will send one leg up to the sky and then bring it down to the elbow. Really getting in some nice movement here and getting some length in the calf, helping strengthen the foot, the arch. I often feel my ankles crack during these exercises. So we're just loosening things up and getting them working with our body. The next exercise is heel drops. So I'm going to do this on a weight. Typically I would do it on a stair. And I'm going to do single leg here for example purposes, but you can do double leg if that feels better to you. Especially if you're new to this, I would start with double leg before you isolate just one leg at a time. I'm holding on to the wall too because this is not a stability exercise. We're focusing on lengthening out that calf, and that we do not want you to fall down and get hurt during that. Cause yet another problem. So hopefully you like that exercise. It's one of my favorites and something I incorporate several times per week. Lastly, we're going to do some toe lifts. And this is one I've really had to practice on because it takes a lot to get the mind and the toes to work in sync. But first I start with lifting up just my big toe and trying to keep the rest of the other toes still. And then I'll lift just all the other toes and keep my big toe still. I'll do both sides here. And again, it takes a lot of practice, so don't expect to get it perfect the first time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you like these tips. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram for more.